What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media and welcome back for some more live Pokemon Showdown. Today we are going to be starting a session in the LC tier by popular demand, as a lot of you have been requesting LC, some of you for quite a while now, quite a few weeks. It felt like as soon as I did the Ducklet session, which was the last LC session, that like right after that everyone was like, well, you need to do LC again, let's do LC again, have that be the next session. I'm like, I want to do some other stuff, but yeah, I'm bulk recording because my family's going to be in town, as those of you who watched the update video from a while back know. So this is going to be in the probably the middle of that week or so. But anyway, yeah, so people have been suggesting it, so I wanted to do it, so here we go. I'm not going to explain all the EV spreads because LC is really wacky with how the EV spreads work, being at level 5 and how that affects, you know, stat increases and everything. So I'll just briefly touch on it. We have Fletchling, carrying the same name that I always nickname my Talonflames. Acrobatics is great without an item. Naughty Nature allows us to be able to not decrease the power of Overheat, which is used to hit things like Magnemite and Ferroseed, which are pretty common in the tier. U-Turn is for Momentum. Roost is, you know, priority healing. And you don't really need the Eviolite just because everything's at level 5 anyway. So it's not like you're, you know, Eviolite-less against the Garchomp or anything. So yeah, mixed attacking Fletchling, that's what I'm going with. I decided to go with that over the Swords Dance set. Moving on, we have Sandy the Sandshrew, physically defensive for the most part, although I have a little bit of EV investment kind of all over the place. This thing actually hits quite hard because of the attack investment with EQ and knockoff, which is huge in this tier thanks to Eviolite being everywhere and Berry Juice being everywhere too. So it does a good job of breaking the sturdy and removing Berry Juice on things like Pineco and Onyx. Then we have Rapid Spin to be able to get rid of hazards and Stealth Rock, because the team does benefit from hazards most of the time, especially because things like Fletchling are so common. Then we have Irwin. Yes, the Sheer Force Totodile with Life Orb. Basically max attack and max speed. You can see that I have 16 EVs left over. At this point, I'm pretty sure that no matter where I put those extra EVs, it doesn't actually increase the stat, so it's just left over. Adamant Swords Dance is the set with Aqua Jet for priority. And anything that I might outspeed and can hit with a waterfall just mostly will die if it doesn't resist it. Basically, that's how that works. Ice Punch is for grass types like Cottony or whatever else, like Fungus, things like that. Then we have kind of a mixed defensive Porygon. I'm Calm, which would indicate specially defensive, and I kind of use this as my specially defensive wall, but if you look at the actual stats, they're both 16, because I do have defense investment as well, and then quite a bit of HP, so it's kind of just like a mixed wall type deal. Thunder Wave is to slow down Dragon Dance sets like Dratini and Scraggy, which are big threats. Tri-Attack is Stab, of course. Then we have Recover, and Shadow Ball gives us pretty good coverage. Hits all those ghost types that would be immune to Tri-Attack, and it hits steel types neutrally. So that's pretty much that. And of course, Trace is there to be able to trace things like Chinchou's Volt Absorb, and then, you know, block the Volt Switch that way if we already lost Sandshrew. So that's going to be the job of Zed, basically. I'm expecting it to, I don't know. There are quite a few dangerous fighting types, so I'm not sure how much work it's going to put in, but I just wanted to use Porygon. And now we have Hotweiler, the Choice Scarf Houndour, named after a subscriber. Well, it's not actually named after him, but he suggested it. He sent me, I forget where I saw it. It may have been a message when he sent in a donation about a week or so ago, or maybe more than that by the time this video goes up, but he asked if the next time I use the Houndoom that I name it Hotweiler, but since this isn't a... It's close to a Houndoom, so I wanted to honor that by making sure I nicknamed it that for him. So it's Choice Scarf, we have the Flash Fire, basically max speed here, a lot of special attack investment, a little bit in attack, and the rest over in special defense. It can Pursuit Trap things like Abra, so we can for sure break its Sash or just OHKO it if it's Life Orb most of the time. Scarf Destiny Bond is scary, and then Dark Pulse and Fire Blast are just, you know, standard stab moves for Houndour. And then last but not least, we have Pandemonium, the Pancham with Mold Breaker. I thought about going Scrappy, just so Drain Punch could hit ghost types, but that really doesn't help me too much. I decided to just go Mold Breaker, although Mold Breaker probably won't help me too much either, but yeah, I don't know what else to say. We have Parting Shot, Drain Punch, Knockoff, which is also great for Eviolite users, and Gunk Shot is basically just there for Spritzy, but yeah, it's also good against, I guess, certain grass types, maybe like Cottony. So this is basically used as a pivot. I don't have much in speed. I have quite a bit in my defenses, and then the rest in attack. So that is that. But without further ado, let's just stop talking about confusing things like LC EV spreads, and let's just get into a battle here. This part's not this part. This session is going to be 3 parts, by the way, just like the previous ones have been. I've been doing that for a while now. I might go back to the 5-part sessions eventually, but for now I'm enjoying the 3-part ones with longer episodes. So I'm expecting something like either Apom or Onyx to want to lead off here. Onyx if he wants to try to get up rocks. Overall, my team doesn't care too much about the rocks. I mean, Fletchling cares, I guess, but I have Roost, and Houndour, I guess, cares about it, but I can still switch in and then Destiny Bond something, so I won't be completely useless. Yeah, so Onyx for rocks, or possibly the Apom for fake out, knockoff, U-turn shenanigans. Oh, he actually leads off with Machop. That is interesting. Why Machop? I'm not really sure. Maybe he predicted me to lead off with Porygon? Or Houndour, maybe? I don't really know, but I can set up rocks on this. He has no way to get rid of the rocks, and the reason I want to put them up is for things like Onyx. And he actually goes for the Ice Punch. That did a lot of damage, too. I was not expecting it to do so much. He's not Life Orb. What are you? Are you, like, Choice Banded Machop? That's kind of scary, actually. That is quite scary. Maybe he's Eviolite. I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to just knock off his item here. So, I guess that's what I'm going to do. I guess knockoff's my best play. Since it's not a 2-hit KO, he might switch, but he does not. He just lets me knock off his Choice Band. Okay. Okay, Ice Punch is still going to take me out next turn. And looking at his team, do I need Sandshrew? Not really. So I'm just going to go for the EQ here. I'll let him kill me. We'll see what he wants to go for. Now that his Choice Band is gone, he might switch moves, and of course he has the Cancerous Dynamic Punch. Alrighty. Alrighty then. I can very easily just OHKO him with Fletchling here. So because of that, I'm so tempted to click U-turn, because he's probably just going to switch right out into Onyx. And if he gets out into Onyx for free, he does get rocks, and I don't want that. So I'm going to click U-turn. There's no way he's leaving Machop out here, because I'll just OHKO him. And he still has 80% of his health, so there's really no reason to just sacrifice it. So I'm expecting Onyx to want to come out here. Either that or Pawniard, possibly. Possibly Pawniard. We shall see. We shall see indeed. He could be really tricky and actually go into Chinchou, but no, he's just gonna stay in. Okay then. Why? Somebody tell me why. Now I basically have to sacrifice something. Why would you do that? I don't understand. I guess I'm going into Pancham. Oh, just to go for the Thunder Punch. Okay. That definitely makes sense. Why would you sack your Machop there? I don't know. I don't know if I understand, but I will just... Oh, he goes into Abra as I Drain Punch, so I'm going to get a little bit of HP back. And by a little bit, I mean get back up to 96% and do over half to the Abra and break a potential Sash. And I can go right into Houndour here, predicting a Psychic. Even if he doesn't go for Psychic, he would have to go for HP, like, Fighting to kill me here. And I don't think they normally carry that. I think they carry, like, Psychic and Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, things like that. So he actually has Protect. That's interesting. Protect Abra. Well, I'm just going to go for Pursuit here. He really can't get away from it. I outspeed you. There's no way you're surviving this. So whether you want to switch out or not, this Abra is dead. That's why Houndour is lovely. Lovely! Because Abra is everywhere. Like every other team, if not more than that, has Abra. They're just all over the place. It's like, it's ridiculous how common they are. Ghastly used to be really, really common too, but I don't see it as often anymore. At least the last couple of times that I've played LC. I haven't played in weeks. But Abra's gone, so that's great. I was not expecting him to play it the way he did, because switching it in on Pancham I don't think was a great idea. I don't know where I am on the ladder. It could just be that this is low ladder. I thought I had like at least 1,300 points though, or I was hovering right around 1,300, which I mean is not super high, but it's not like you're getting bottom of the ladder people that don't know what they're doing and won't make plays. So I'm going to go into Porygon in case he wanted to go for Volt Switch there, because I can trace his Volt Absorb. He actually goes for the Hydro Pump, and unfortunately for him, misses. I don't know how much that would have done. I'm going to anticipate him to be Scarf if he's carrying the Hydro Pump, and he's going to switch in Machop only to get critted by a Tri-Attack, which is, again, unfortunate because that probably mattered considering I am defensive Porygon. I mean, there was the chance that I could have gotten some kind of status or something, but he probably would have gotten a hit off on something, and I probably would have had to sack a Pokemon, to be honest. So that really does stink. Sorry about that, I guess. I mean, you're using Dynamic Punch, so I don't really feel bad for you getting haxed. So, yeah. Let's see, what do I want to switch in on this? Pancham is actually a relatively safe switch, because even if he Swords Dances at +2, unless he's Adamant and Life Orb, he cannot OHKO me with an Iron Head. He can flinch me, and that could cause a problem. But yeah, he can't OHKO me, so I'm going to go right into Pancham here, as he does decide to go for the Swords Dance, and he's going to go for Iron Head here. I'm thinking he's Eviolite though, so we'll have to see. We shall see. Either way, as long as I don't flinch, this Pawniard is dead. Pawniard is another one of those Pokemon that's just on like every other team. That and Abra. And then if it's not that, it's like Fungus, Slowpoke, Regenerator Cores. It's like, people, you need to get a little bit creative. LC has a lot of options. More than a lot of the other tiers, I think. But anyway, I'm just going to go for a Drain Punch, as he does go for Iron Head, and he, in fact, is Life Orb, but it appears as though he is either Jolly or just got a crappy roll if he was Adamant. And yeah, so we live that, and don't get flinched, take out the Pawniard. So I don't know if this is Haxy or not. I don't know. I guess it depends on what his nature was. But either way, there's not much I can do about it. Chinchou is going to come out now. Like I said, this is probably Choice Scarf, just by the fact that he had Hydro Pump. They don't usually carry Hydro Pump if they're not choiced. They usually would have something like Scald. So, with that being said, my best play is probably just to go right out into Porygon, but I don't really need Pancham anymore, to be honest. I mean, it could be nice to Drain Punch the Onix and get a lot of HP back that way. So I guess I'll save this. Could always fodder it off to something to get a safe switch into like Fletchling anyway, and he does actually try to go for the Thunderbolt there, even though I do have the Porygon that can switch in on that. So if he is Choice Scarf, which I am anticipating him to be, he's going to have to switch out, and he does. He actually switches into Apom to take the Tri-Attack. I really thought he was going to go into Onix there. I'm not sure why he did it, because this thing can't OHKO me with anything. The best it can do is knock off my Eviolite, and I will gladly trade that to get rid of Apom. So yeah, he is going to go for the knockoff. That really doesn't do that much, and Apom is gone. So now he's down to just Chinchou and the Onix. We will see what he goes into next. I'm guessing the Onix? Yeah, I mean, I figured he would have gone into that before, just because it resists Tri-Attack. So, I don't know. Let's see. Onix has pretty bad attack, to be honest. I could just make the play to switch into Totodile here, because he can't kill me, and then I can just Waterfall. And Hazards plus Waterfall will still do a lot to Chinchou. But I'll just go into Pancham here. If he kills me, so be it. He might go for Rocks, though. He actually goes for Dragon Tail and misses. The Hax does not like this person today. I'm sorry. Like, everything that can possibly go wrong is going wrong, I guess. Not cool. I don't know how that much... I don't know how much that would have mattered, because he goes for Double Edge and that doesn't kill me, as I crit him with the Drain Punch. Man, Roman is not happy with this person. He's like, that's what you get for running Dynamic Punch Machop. I'm just going to hax the crap out of you. To be fair, that still just is kind of stinky, though. Anyway, We're going to finish off the Onyx with a Drain Punch. He most likely can just kill me with Chinchou at this point, as he's going to say GG. I'm not going to say GG yet, because I prefer not to say it until after all of the Pokemon are down, because I've seen some crazy things. You never know what might happen. So he's going to go for Scald here. So he does have the Scald. So he's got Scald and Hydro Pump. Actually knock off his Berry Juice. Berry Juice, so he wasn't even Scarfed. This whole time, he wasn't even Scarfed. Did I miss something? Well, no, everything that he was... Yeah, everything that he was out on with this Chinchou, he was faster than naturally anyway, I'm pretty sure. So I guess there's no way for me to know. And I am at the bottom of the ladder. Did they reset the ladder? I could have sworn I was at 1,300. Yeah, I had 1,000 points, which means I hadn't played any games. Okay, so we're going to do some laddering, I guess. I'm expecting to run into some forfeits or something in this session. I really thought I was higher up on the ladder than that. But what can you do? I really don't have time to ladder up a whole bunch, because I'm trying to get as many recordings done as possible so you guys have content while I'm gone. Because I'm not going to leave you guys without content. That's just not cool. I would not do that. I would not do that. So I'm going to lead off with Sandshrew here, as he leads off with Munchlax, which is perfect. I was expecting possibly like Cubone maybe for rocks, but if I get rid of this thing's Eviolite this early on, oh, just kidding, he doesn't even have Eviolite. He has a Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry Munchlax. Okay then, I'm going to set up rocks because I can. Really nothing stopping me. He has no way to get rid of it. And that's going to break any potential focus sashes and do a solid chunk to Chimchar coming in. So that's great. He is not getting the para on the Body Slam. After 3 turns, 3 Body Slams and no paras. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. And he did live the EQ, unfortunately, even... oh, never mind. He didn't have Eviolite. I keep thinking he was Eviolite. He's not. He's not. He was Citrus Berry. So I'll go for a knockoff there, and that's going to finish off the Munchlax. So... I was actually worried about that thing. I figured like Eviolite Curse could be potentially quite the issue, but that's not the set, as he is going to go into Cubone here, and I can go for knockoff if he wants to finish me off. That is completely okay with me, as I outspeed him, get rid of his Lumberry, as he does set up the Stealth Rock. Okay, Lumberry, Cubone. So is he like Swords Dance maybe? Swords Dance and Stealth Rock, but I'm going to Rapid Spin those rocks away, as he does just finish me off. And now I can go into, let's see, what would his team not appreciate? I can probably kill him with a Dark Pulse, and he has no resistances to that other than Pancham. I don't want to risk a Fire Blast. I could just go into Totodile though. I should outspeed this, and I should just be able to go for a Waterfall. Or I could just go for Swords Dance, predicting him to want to switch too, or just try to set up Stealth Rocks again. I'm gonna go for Swords Dance. I think he might switch. If I get up a Swords Dance, then his entire team, yeah, he does switch. His entire team is about to get destroyed, basically. So Shinx is here. It does have Intimidate, so that's kind of stinks. I'm only at +1 now. But is he running max speed? Are you running max speed? Because if you do, you outspeed me. I don't think you're running max speed. I do not think you are. I think you're running something else. Especially with Intimidate. But you also have a Balloon, so I'm not sure. But I'm just going to go for Waterfall here. I'm not going to worry about going for the Aqua Jet, as Waterfall is just an OHKO. He is not max speed. Apparently he had some bulk there. And with that, I don't know that he has anything on his team that can take this on. He may try to go into Dratini here. That's going to get OHKO'd by an Ice Punch. He actually goes into Pancham. This could outspeed too if it is max speed. I don't know if he can OHKO me with anything though. I don't think Drain Punch is going to be a one-shot, as, yeah, he just stays in. He's not faster than little Irwin here, and we see the Waterfall just take him down in one hit. Curious if that was Eviolite or not, but he's going to go into Cubone, and I can just Waterfall again. There's really nothing stopping me. I just keep clicking Waterfall. And when he goes into Chimchar, I can go for Aqua Jet, and yeah, this is over. This is over. All I needed was Stealth Rock up and Totodile to get in safely, and that's basically that's basically a wrap. To be fair, I don't know how experienced this person was, because he had no way to get rid of Stealth Rocks despite having a weakness to it. It wasn't an offensive team because he had like a Munchlax and a Cubone. It was not hyper offense, so I'm just not really sure. I mean, and he had Citrus Berry on Munchlax, not even Eviolite, so he's going to say GG, and I'll give it to him after we take out the Chimchar. So let's go for the Aqua Jet, and that should be it. Oh, he goes for Fake Out. Okay, fair enough. You're prolonging this by one extra turn, as I'm still just going to click Aqua Jet, and you're dead. All right, give him a GG. Are we up to 1100 yet? Let's see. No, we're up to 1086. Okay. My goal is to get up to like at least 1250 by the time this session is over. I realize that means we're probably going to have to win all of our matches, but it's feasible. It's feasible, especially at the lower part of the ladder. Actually, that is worse for me. I'm much worse at the lower ladder because I always expect the opponents to be able to make competent plays, and it does happen sometimes on the lower ladder, but a lot of times it's just like, it seems like they're just clicking random buttons, and that's probably the easiest way to beat me, is to just click random buttons, because then I don't know, I can't do anything about it. So looking at this team, I see the Prankster and the Cottony, Focus Sash, Abra. He has two potential Stealth Rockers in the Bronzor and the Ferroseed. He could be Light Clay on that Bronzor as well with the screens. Shell Smashing on the Binnacle, and Dragon Dance most likely on the Scraggy. So I'm guessing he's going to try to work up to a point where he can bring them in and just sweep me. So he's actually going to lead off with the Bronzor. I'm just going to knock off immediately. I should outspeed this, which means if he is screens, he will not be getting all 8 turns if he is running Light Clay. So we're going to knock off his Berry Juice, actually, as he setups rocks. Setups? Rocks? Why can't I talk? Set up. Never mind. Never mind. As he sets up rocks. There we go. My goodness, my English is so bad. It's disgustingly bad. I'm a disgrace as a native English speaker. So I can finish him off with basically whatever I want. I can go for knockoff again in case he does want to switch, I suppose. But Drain Punch does a lot to most of the Pokemon on his team. In fact, he's got 3 weaknesses to it. I don't know if he's going to want to try to save this or not. I don't think it was worth it just to get up Stealth Rocks, just because I do have Rapid Spin on Sandshrew, and I can spin on a couple of things on his team, especially Ferroseed. So that is that. Anyway, let's go for knockoff again. That's going to finish off the Bronzor. So that's out of the way. That's great. Screens could have been annoying if he did have that, but he had Berry Juice, so I'm guessing he didn't. Anyway, he's going to go into Abra here, and I really would have liked to not go into Houndour on the rocks, but it looks like I'm going to have to. So we're going to take the 25-ish percent, 22%, whatever it is. And I'm predicting him to go for a Psychic here, as that is exactly what he goes for. And now this Abra is either going to be dead or have its sash broken, because I'm going to Pursuit Trap him. So that's perfect to have this so early in the game, because Abra with the Focus Sash still intact later on in the game is extremely dangerous. So having him in this early is fantastic for me. So he goes for the Protect. Not really sure why. Maybe he thinks I'm Choice and he wants to see what I lock myself into. I guess that would be a fair play. I've seen Protect quite a bit on Abras. I don't know why. Is that standard? I guess I don't know enough about the tier. But he stays into Dazzling Gleam. That doesn't kill me. So I don't think he's Life Orb, judging by that damage. So now this Abra's dead, because if he tries to switch, he's going to get pursued. So there's really not much he can do here. He's just going to lose his Abra. He's going to Protect for absolutely no reason whatsoever. I don't see what you could possibly gain for that other than stalling a turn. Like, I don't know. Like, did you think I was going to change moves or something? Kind of curious. I mean, there was really no reason for me to not go for Pursuit there. But you have to know I'm Scarfed because I outsped you. So, I mean, it's not like you're getting leftovers recovery. It's not like I'm Toxic or, you know, getting residual damage of any kind. That was just a pointless turn, basically. But now he's going to get a safe switch into Binnacle, which is, or Binacle, however you want to say it. This is a problem because he is going to set up a Shell Smash. I don't think he can Oko Porygon with a Stone Edge or a Waterfall. Did they get Waterfall? I'm assuming he gets Waterfall. Or if not, Razor Shell. I don't think he's going to be able to Oko me with either one of his stabs because I do have quite a bit of defense investment and I can just T-Wave here to essentially neuter this thing. I do not believe it gets any type of priority. Oh, he has Cross Chop. I forgot that these things get that, and that's actually pretty decent coverage. So that was a misplay on my part because I just sacrificed my Porygon for no reason. To be fair, I mean, I don't know how much Porygon was going to be doing to the rest of his team. I mean, I guess it could just get some damage off on the Cottony, but it does nothing to Ferroseed, and it loses to Scraggy, so if I was going to sacrifice something, I guess it was going to have to be Porygon. I really would like to Rapid Spin at some point, too, so that Houndour can check that Scraggy with Scarf Destiny Bond, even after it gets up a Dragon Dance. But that's thinking ahead, thinking quite a bit ahead there. We need to focus on what's happening right now, and that is I've got a +2/+2/+2 Binnacle thing just chilling here, but he is at -1 defense, and Pancham's my bulkiest thing that I have left that won't get hit super effectively because Sandshrew would. So I should be able to just Oko this with a Drain Punch. So that's what I'm going to try to do. If he has Waterfall, if this thing can learn Waterfall, then I could get flinched, and that could be sad. But we're going to hope that doesn't happen. No, he goes for the Razor Shell. That only does about 70%, and he just dies to a Drain Punch, and we get almost all of that HP back, so that's perfect. That's one of his sweepers gone. The most dangerous thing that's going to be left on his team is definitely that Scraggy, but he can't bring it out on Pancham because I can just Drain Punch it, get back to full, and then he can't Oko me with anything. Even if he gets up to +2, I don't think Drain Punch kills me unless my Eviolite is knocked off. So he's going to go out into the Cottony here. This can very easily just Dazzling Gleam me. I don't know that I really want to switch anything in on a potential Stun Spore either. So I think I just want a Gunk Shot here. If he does Stun Spore and I break through and hit the Gunk Shot, this Cottony is dead unless it's Focus Sash. He's actually going to Encore me into the Drain Punch as I crit him with that and get a little bit of HP back. So he's definitely Eviolite, obviously, judging by how well he took that. And probably physically defensive too, I guess. So I'm going to... Do I go into Sandy here? I can try. He can't Oko me with the Giga Drain. Let's just hope he doesn't go for it this turn. As he does go for the Stun Spore this time, there's really nothing I can do to stop that. I don't have any switch-ins to that, but I can Rapid Spin here, and I really need to hope that I break through. And if I do break through, then I can just go into Houndour and something dies. He has no switch-ins to a Fire Blast, as he does actually carry the knockoff. How does this thing learn knockoff? What is it knocking off with? Those little leaves on the side of its head? That makes no sense. But we do get the Rapid Spin off, which is great. He has no way to get those hazards back up unless he's also carrying Stealth Rock on the Ferroseed, which I guess is possible, but it's more than likely carrying Spikes, if anything, as he's going to Encore me into the Rapid Spin. Oh, this thing is annoying. I mean, I should have seen that coming, I guess, but I pretty much had to go for it anyway because I wanted to be able to, you know, switch into Houndour without dying. So he's probably going to go for Stun Spore again. What do I switch in on that? I'm so tempted to just click Rapid Spin again, predicting him to go for another Stun Spore, but that doesn't do me any good. Or does it? I mean, I get a little bit more chip damage. How much did Rapid Spin do? 9%? That's not the end of the world, but I'm going to switch, as he does go into Ferroseed, so going into Pancham here is actually great, because I can do a couple things. I can knock off his Eviolite, or I can Drain Punch for damage. And it's probably better that I knock off his Eviolite here, even though Fire Blast from Houndour would likely KO anyway. I would like to at least have him be less bulky in case I do have to finish him off with a different move like Ice Punch on Totodile or Acrobatics or something. Actually, I wouldn't do that. I have Overheat. So, yeah. Never mind. Never mind. He goes for the Protect just to scout what I'm going to do, I suppose. That doesn't really do too much for him. I guess he just likes Protect. I don't really know what to say there. He may try to switch into the Cottony here. Because he might. I don't know. I don't know if he wants to lose that Eviolite. Not sure. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Something's losing the Eviolite, though. There's really no way around it. And I don't think it would be a good play to switch in Scraggy. I think Ferroseed... oh, he's actually going to switch in the Cottony. Alright, fair enough. So we're going to get rid of the Eviolite there, which is great. And I'm going to go back into Sandshrew, because he's most likely going to go for either Encore or Stun Spore. And Sandshrew doesn't really care about either one of those. At least not the Encore yet. And then I can go for Earthquake, I suppose. So I'm guessing he does not have the Giga Drain, because he's got Knockoff, Encore, Stun Spore. I don't know what his last move is. Dazzling Gleam maybe, as he does go for the Stun Spore. It misses, but it doesn't matter because I'm already paralyzed anyway. So at this point, I can decide whether I want to go for EQ or Knockoff. I'll go for the EQ as he tries to Encore me for whatever reason. He just wasted his turn there. My guess is that he's just foddering this thing to get a safe switch into Scraggy and try to set up, which would be a good play. But now he switches. Okay, now that doesn't make sense. I do get an unfortunate crit. That really does stink for him. But I don't understand why he did that. He just took unnecessary damage on Cottony and then didn't fodder it. Like, I figured that's what he was trying to do to get a safe switch into something. But then he ends up switching out and taking extra damage on Ferroseed and getting his Eviolite knocked off just to Leech Seed Sandshrew, which I don't think was worth it, to be honest. And this is going to give me a safe switch into Houndour, basically. I don't think he can kill me with anything. I doubt he's going to go for Gyro Ball. If anything, he's probably just going to go for the Protect. He's shown the Protect already, and the fact that he has Leech Seed means he's almost certainly going for it, and that is exactly what he does. Good strategy there. Leech Seed, Protect. Gotta love that. But now I just Fire Blast, and as long as I connect, something dies. I will have to hit 2 on Scraggy, but if he switches in Cottony, that's dead. If he leaves Ferroseed in, that's dead. Provided that I hit, of course. There's always the chance that I miss, because we are playing with misses. Because I am running Fire Blast, I need to have Fire Blast to be able to KO things. That extra power is needed. So, I'm going to go for the Fire Blast. He does just leave the Ferroseed in, and that goes down. So, I'm expecting the... I don't know, the Cottony to come back in to try to Stun Spore. No, he's just going to go straight into Scraggy. So, I don't want to Fire Blast here, because if he Drain Punches, he's going to get all of that HP back anyway. So, and I also want to save this to potentially Destiny Bond. So, actually, you know what? He's going to Dragon Dance. I'm going to Fire Blast. He's going to predict me to want to switch and Dragon Dance here. Really, his only chance to win is to eventually Dragon Dance up. So, I will Fire Blast as he does Dragon Dance, and you're not outspeeding me. He wasn't going to get that much HP back anyway, because I'm only at 20%. For some reason, I was thinking I was higher than that. But, yeah, I just kind of forgot about that, I guess. And so he's going to leave Scraggy in, and he does not outspeed me at +1 thanks to the Choice Scarf. Thankfully, we connect on another Fire Blast. And so we have connected on 3 Fire Blasts in a row. What are the chances of that? Are we going to get a 4th one right here? Because I don't know if I've ever done that in my life. I usually miss at least 1 and 3. He actually goes for Memento. So he had no attacking moves other than Knockoff. So I was afraid of Giga Drain for no reason, as he's just going to forfeit there. Basically forfeit by going for Memento to finish himself off. We got up to 1100, so that's something. We actually got a lot of points for that one. 31 points. Not even bad. Yeah, the goal is going to be to get up to like 1250 or so. By the end of the 3rd part, so we'll see if we can do that. We might even be able to get up to 1300 depending on how quickly the matches go by. But I hope you guys enjoyed this first part. If you did, please make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or a comment, or whatever you would like to do, of course, and I will see you all next time. And until then, game on.